me go ahead and refresh. All right, looks like we're live. I'm not seeing the feed just yet. Think audio's going, video's going. Do a couple of refreshes and we'll get this stream on the road. All right, I'm up on the tube. I'm up on TradingView. All right, welcome back to another chart mastery session. You know, last stream I was saying we're likely let's just backtrack a few streams. How about that? I'm gonna start with the Ether chart just because it's been treating us really well. I moved drawings. All right, so about a month ago, a little over a month ago, I was saying we are headed down into an abyss. Right, I was saying we're gonna see 1250 on Ether, right? $1,200 and $1,100, even lower than that. That was basically mostly based on this like moving average setup that I use when trading a bear market. And once we broke down below red, I said we were going straight down to white, and then we took some of those short positions, got the big short in, and that was up until I hadn't streamed since then until Monday. And on Monday stream, I came in, I said, hey, looking at this based on like our 3-day chart, it looks like we definitely reached some kind of reflexive bottom where the market agrees that it should not dip any further. All right. Then this white line. Now, looking at this, or even on last stream, I was saying we're looking for some kind of 61.8 retracement to that previous swing low. And that selling came in last night, early morning today. And yeah, so the stream's title is the big squeeze, right? I'm pretty hesitant to declare a bottom in like a freaking bear market, right? Like, I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, we're at bottom, because like A, that's ballsy, and B, that can be really freaking stupid. But I want you guys to know that I'm done shorting and that I'm long, and I've signaled nothing but longs. And you were down here yesterday and even this morning, right? So yesterday, because it was still like pretty choppy, didn't quite have like a good reference point for a stop. Said, hey, this looks like a good spot entry. This looks like a good leverage entry with a stop below this last week low. Also announced that I bought $1,000 September calls on Ether. Trading options, and then today's beautiful dip came in the form of a smaller 61.8 retracement. I said, hey, we're long in 1042 with a stop at 1032, right? So that's my exposure right now, right? Is this dip over? Is this bear market over? I'm not gonna say it isn't, and it's really hard to say it is, right? But one thing I do know is that looking at BTC, which is like the oldest coin in crypto, the granddaddy, right? It has never pulled back to this wide moving average. In any bear market, it has never touched it, right? So the fact that ETH got there, that tells me that's a buy opportunity as good as it gets, right? Like in terms of a discount and price action. And the market reaction just off that line, right? Just this market reaction, a 30% up move right off that MA touch, right? It was like very indicative of hey, like somebody in this market does not think it should dip. It ran up 41% off that entry. By the way, I did tweet this. Whenever we were at like 903, I tweeted this. I said that it was a Giga Chad tweet, said broker 100x long everything, right? And right at like 9:13 is when I sent that tweet. We do have a fib level that lines up with it. We also have some more fib levels that line up right here, which are giving us like secondary support. They were giving us secondary support, and then they started failing. It looks like if we can reclaim that 1095, I'd be a little more optimistic about the longs. But that being said, like these dips are for buying, right? I don't think we're going down to like 700, or I just don't think that white line's going to break on Ether. Now, if BTC retraces back to that white line where ETH is. I'm good, and just gonna try to get my camera to not lag so much. I don't know why it's lagging. Am I still lagging? Let me do one more thing real quick. Fuck it. Alright, so that's my analysis on Ether. BTC pulled back sub 61.8, right? That was also, I think, somewhat of a buy opportunity because, you know, saying we want to buy the 61.8 pullback on these charts towards that swing low. And yesterday it dipped below, today it pulled back under. So I think 19,167. If we get a revisit of that, it should be a clean buy. And I'm looking for a squeeze, right? I'm not just looking for a squeeze in crypto. Like, the stock market looks ready to do the same thing. It's ready to rock, or at least like squeeze up a little bit. Looking at the ES, we started longing. We bought the calls when the S&P broke support, right? It's pretty contrarian to do something like that. And this is why this stream is called the big squeeze, right? Because I think a lot of people got bear trapped, and are still getting bear trapped, especially if they missed the short, right? Like, just looking at sentiment, not very many people were ready for that massive drop in crypto. And fortunately we were, right? And I feel like after catching that big of a move, I think the traps to the downside right now and liquidity is to the upside, right? Like, the chart's going to do more damage on the way up to liquidate shorts and cause more FOMO into the chart before it does any kind of pivot back down. That's just my opinion. That's my consensus. All right, so back here, you know, this is where we were buying calls, right, on that trend line break. And it sounds counterintuitive, right? Like, most people are like, oh, crypto just crashed, right? Stock market's breaking support, so let's short it, right? And I'm like, no. Like, this is the silliest thing we can do. If the PPT, if the plunge protection team was going to come in at any point, Yellen's a dinosaur, and she's probably a trend line trader, right? Like, when Mnuchin was in charge, we had a different setup to buying these, right? But this one, almost pure trend line. It looks like there could be a fib setup here. I guess she's also a fib trader, right? That was clean. Anyway, so what we did is we played some QQQ. We sold them on Tuesday and bought the dip again yesterday. And what I'm seeing on the Qs is a bit of a wedge, all right? It looks gnarly on NQ. I think it's setting up for a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit more of a bull trap to the upside before maybe continuing down. But my next target on the QQQ, it's in Discord for you guys in Discord. I mean, I posted this yesterday. Heck, I even posted, hey, sell here. We'll pick up 272, pull back the QQQ. All right, so this is our 61.8 retracement here. So the fact that we're seeing a 61.8 retrace on BTC, the fact that we're seeing 61.8 retrace on ETH, on SPY, on the QQQ, that just tells me there's a squeeze brewing, right? And people that are shorting support today are going to get effed by Monday. That's, you know, I hate to be so confident saying it, but that's what I think is going to happen, right? Now, when we were here on Monday, I'm like, hey, we want to see the sell-off, right? Monday, we sold out, or Tuesday, sold out at the high. And I'm like, we want to see a sell-off to 279, and then we'll pick up 279, and we'll trade the larger target, right? And I think I gave this one just the intermediate 61.8 bearish retracement in terms of fibs at 307, right? So we picked up like TQQQ 26 calls. Should be in the money by the time we get there. What else? Covered BTC, I covered Ether. So let's kind of backtrack a little bit. So if we do get a squeeze, where do I foresee these charts going? Oh, it's going to be tricky, right? We have our long-term extensions here, right? Most ideally, before I get too gung-ho and super bullish, I want to see it close above 1082, close above 1140, maybe a retest up here. And if we see that move above 1252, right? At that point, I think market's going to start like effing around a little bit, just some crazy volatility. Maybe we get to 1429, right? So if we go, if I'm right about this being like bullish selling at this point, right? And if we go to 1429, maybe I'd want to take a short here. Maybe I'd want to hedge. I definitely want to hedge. I don't know if I take profits on this long. I feel like I'm going to fall in love with this position if the market rallies and I'm right about this, right? Once we get up to 1429, that's where I'm going to want to take like a hedge and then see what happens on a retest to 1252 if we get there, right? So I'd love to see a big squeeze. I'm calling it a big squeeze. That's going to be a pretty significant move, right? Like another 30% move. Possible, right? I mean, we did 30% over the last 2 weeks. BTC, what does that look like? If we were just to follow like same type of analysis. 24K. Wow. I feel like if we did go to 24K, then we're gonna trap a lot of bulls. Just cleaning up this chart. You know, so many fibs. Dyslexic. Fiblexia. There we go. So you want to get above that 19,000, 20,000 mark, 2022. Maybe get up to 24,430. That would be amazing. All right, that covers what I wanted to cover. Somebody last stream highlighted Matic, and I appreciate you for doing that. I think it was Cooley, right? Cooley, was it you that showed Matic in last year? I'm like, dude, you're like, dude, it's up 100%. I'm like, dude, let's not buy it yet, and let's just wait for the retracement to come to us, right? And bam, that's what I did yesterday. I think I signaled 4.3, like right here at the 61.8, right? I'm saying, hey, this is kind of a spot long for now. Let's see what it does. So I'm glad I said watch out for the retrace, right? And now it's reacting just kind of how I wanted it to. And then a lot of other coins are looking very interesting for like buy opportunities. Don't even do it on leverage, guys, right? Like I posted this one in altcoin channel. I was saying like 23.90 is a buy. And sure enough, it turned right off like 24.0. Right? Why is your chart chopped off the left side? Because I don't know what information you're looking for up there, but I kind of have that on purpose. Yeah. Also, the resolution of my screen, I chart on ultra wides, right? And you can't fit an ultra wide on the trading view setup. So some information is going to be missing. I'd rather you see price than my indicators, moving averages, and other things that could possibly be on my chart that I don't feel like sharing. Man, these dips look good, guys. Like I think this is a buy opportunity, especially if you shorted, right? We didn't short FTT, but if we shorted that big drop, now you got some influx of money. And if you're on the sideline, because I was expecting this, I told everybody expect this big drop, right? Expect at least a 40% haircut. Let me pull up Discord, the actual post, and the ETH channel, so you guys don't think I'm just full of it. The new guys. Anyway, show me some assets, show me some charts. Let's see what markets are doing. If not, I'm just gonna like scroll through indices one more time and call it a stream, call it a day. Going through the ES again. Yeah, I mean this looks like a bullish retracement to me. Not this whole bear market, but this actual move, and it could be indicative. Think ES. If ES pops here, then we're definitely looking for 39.89, right? I was thinking it was going to do that, but it pulled back to the 50 the first time. So I think our next assessment here, if we break up, would be at 390, 39.89. Setting an alert here. That'd be like the bull target on this trade. It'd be nice if it pops up to 43.62. That'd be epic, because we do have the calls for this one, right? That would run us deep in the money. Another thing I'd added yesterday on the dip was my ARC calls. I believe they're September. I've got some September 52 calls on ARC, ARKK. I think this can rally up to 58, right? Looking at the fibs on this one. Let's do a 3-day chart. looking at these extensions here. All right, like when it was at 35, right? I tweeted about it. I even showed this in our Discord saying, "Hey guys, like we're back at COVID lows. You're telling me there was zero growth, zero innovation. That the market's more scared now, and in terms of like the innovation speculation index, than it was at the peak of COVID crash, right? Like it just seemed like a great buy in my perspective. Same thing with the QQQ, when we picked that up, it was back at like election lows, right? So, I mean, these are things that I guess these are like psychological points in the market that would compare like a crash with another crash type thing. This was COVID extension, right? And this was election lows, right? So 267 should be decent support. I feel like if we flip that 282, then we'll see calls start getting premium. We'll see like even puts get, like I think all options premium is gonna go up above 282. People are gonna start buying puts again, like highly, and then people are gonna fucking go after calls too. So that's good that we got in before the rush, the options rush. Is there such a thing? You guys not getting a whole lot of love on any other channels, man. Any of the streams, y'all give me some love. Facebook, or not even Facebook, YouTube, Trading View. Smash that like button. There's that ETH channel. Right. I mean, I try to prepare everybody like 5:15. So this was like the big short from 1900 to 1200, right? I closed it out early. Some of you guys kept shorting. I just figured take the money and run while we're above. Where's that 5:15 post? Bam. Or 5:25 macro update, right? I was expecting a 42% dump, right? So now that we see that dump, we were ready for it. I think anybody's still trying to short at the moment. I feel like it's kind of like out of spite, or like they missed the short. Technically speaking, I think we're going to squeeze. God, I'm so timid about being so bullish right now. Hopefully I'm not wrong. You know, I could look like a fool, but I'm just going to like face it. That's just what my charts are telling me. If you guys are seeing otherwise, you have other reason to be bear. If you have further reason to be bearish, just like share it with me, right? Save me. Or yeah, if you want to like trade with me, just kind of go long. That's all I got, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning into today's stream. If you just tuned in, you can rewind it as soon as the stream's done. Smash that like button. Follow us on Twitter. Hop in Discord. I'll be there pretty much most of this weekend. Yeah. Love you guys. Trade safe. See ya Monday. We'll do this again Monday morning or same time.